Why was Dumbledore able to block Voldemort's Avada Kedavra? This moment has always stuck with me, because the killing curse is supposed to be the one spell you can't stop. No shield charm, no counter curse, no clever little trick. And yet, when Voldemort fires it at Dumbledore in the Ministry Atrium during Order of the Phoenix, Dumbledore just redirects it calmly, almost casually. Like he's brushing aside a spell he's seen 1,000 times before. Every time I revisit that moment, especially in the book, I notice new details that make me think the answer isn't simply Dumbledore was strong. It goes much deeper than that. So the way I see it, we have to break down what's actually happening, emotionally, magically, and psychologically. To understand how this could be possible, when I look at the book version of that duel, the first thing that jumps out at me is that Dumbledore doesn't actually block the killing curse. He never meets it head-on. Instead, he changes where it goes. Rowling literally writes that the spell hits the golden statue, blowing it apart, which already tells me Dumbledore is manipulating the space around him, not the spell itself. In my opinion, that's a huge clue. Because while Avada Kedavra can't be stopped directly, nothing in the book says you can't guide it or redirect it. And then there's the Elder Wand. This is a detail that I think is easy to overlook in the films, but it matters massively. Dumbledore is using the Elder Wand during this duel, arguably the most powerful wand ever created. In my opinion, the Elder Wand isn't just about brute magical strength. It's about finesse, precision, the ability to outmaneuver another wizard in ways that shouldn't be possible. So I would think that the wand is amplifying Dumbledore's control over the environment, letting him manipulate objects, pathways, even the magic in the air, faster than Voldemort can react. But I don't think we get the full picture unless we talk about intent. In Harry Potter, intent shapes almost everything. Lily's intent is what saved Harry Snape's intent, is what formed his Patronus. Even something as simple as Expelliarmus behaves differently depending on who casts it and why. Now compare their intents in that moment in the atrium. Voldemort's intent is pure kill. Dumbledore's intent is pure control. Protect Harry, contain Voldemort, and avoid unnecessary death. This is where things get interesting, because Voldemort is actually unbalanced in this duel. And the book makes that crystal clear. He becomes frantic, impatient, even afraid. And I don't mean trembling fear, but the kind of fear that comes from knowing you're facing the one wizard who understands your weaknesses. Dumbledore walks into that room completely calm. Voldemort walks into it already shaken after possessing Harry and being forced out by Harry's emotions, something he has absolutely no frame of reference for. And this, in my opinion, destabilizes his magic. A killing curse cast in cold blood is terrifying. A killing curse cast while panicked becomes sloppy, not weaker, but less controlled. And that kind of instability is something a wizard like Dumbledore, who has mastered every branch of magic, who has studied wand lore, and who understands Voldemort on a personal level, can manipulate much more easily. I always think back to something Dumbledore says later. It was Voldemort's own arrogance that defeated him. And I really believe that applies here too. If you're enjoying this so far, do give the video a like. It genuinely helps me keep making these and lets me dive deeper into these little mysteries hidden throughout the wizarding world. Another thing that stands out to me, and this is just my opinion, is that Voldemort and Dumbledore are fighting two completely different kinds of duels. Voldemort fights like a blunt instrument. He throws enormous spells, powerful curses, sweeping attacks. Dumbledore fights like a strategist. He uses the room, the statues, water, fire, even silence as tools. He's thinking 10 moves ahead, while Voldemort is trying to win in one. And Voldemort notices this. He hates it. He starts shouting. He becomes desperate. There's a line in the book where Voldemort screams, "You do not seek to kill me, Dumbledore." To me, that one line sums up the entire duel. Voldemort does not understand restraint. He does not understand controlled intent. He only understands dominance. Dumbledore is not trying to dominate him. Dumbledore is trying to manage him. And that completely throws Voldemort off. So when you put all of this together, the Elder Wand, Dumbledore's calm intent, Voldemort's emotional instability, the rules of the killing curse, and Dumbledore's mastery of the environment, It becomes clear that Dumbledore didn't block the curse. He blocked Voldemort's ability to land it. He redirected the moment. He redirected the environment. He redirected Voldemort's desperation. That's the difference. And that's why Voldemort feared him, because Dumbledore didn't fight magic like it was a weapon. He treated magic like it was a conversation, and Voldemort didn't know the language. In my opinion, that's the real reason Dumbledore survived that encounter. It wasn't the curse that failed. It was the caster. On screen now, I answer, what if Voldemort raised Harry? It's the perfect companion to this video, exploring how intent shapes an entire destiny. Click it, and I'll meet you there.